Have you ever felt that your kindness goes unnoticed or, even worse, is taken for granted? If so, you're not alone. In today's world, genuine generosity often goes unappreciated or meets with indifference. Many of us were raised to prioritize the needs of others above our own. From a young age, we were taught to share, help, and give. And now, as adults, we continue to carry this desire to do good. But what happens when our willingness to help starts working against us? What if people begin to see us as an endless source of support? In the modern world, this is a harsh reality. Sometimes, the more we give, the less we receive, not just in terms of time or money, but also in energy and peace of mind. Stoicism teaches us about balance and self-preservation. However, we often find ourselves giving too much. Today, we will explore the risks of excessive kindness and how to find a healthy middle ground. We will cover 10 dangers of being overly kind and 4 Stoic principles that can help you regain balance. So, if you've ever felt like your efforts are not valued, this video is for you. Excessive kindness can make you appear weak. Stoicism emphasizes inner strength and self-restraint. Yet, here's the challenge. If you always say yes and offer help, people might get the wrong impression. There is a fine line between being helpful and being perceived as a pushover. Imagine being someone who's always available to lend a hand. Over time, others may start to see you as someone they can offload responsibilities onto. This can create an image of weakness, and people may stop appreciating your contributions. Here's the key. Start saying no, firmly but politely. When you set boundaries, you change how others perceive you. You're no longer just someone who's always ready to help. You become someone who commands respect. Saying no isn't just a refusal. It's a powerful statement about your worth. The next time you're tempted to say yes when you want to say no, stand your ground. It's a necessary declaration of your strength and value. Unrealistic expectations can lead to disappointment. Here's a Stoic truth. Happiness shouldn't depend on the actions of others. When you give, don't do it with the hope of receiving something in return. This mindset will help you avoid disappointment and maintain emotional stability. However, let's be honest, it's easier said than done. Deep down, we all hope that our kindness will be acknowledged. We want people to notice and appreciate our efforts. But what if they don't? This is where unrealistic expectations can hurt us. Think about it. You always take on responsibilities, do favors, and help out. Naturally, you expect others to do their part, right? But when they don't, it stings. It leaves you feeling drained, irritated, and disappointed. Stoicism reminds us of a harsh truth. We cannot control others. Letting go of expectations allows you to give freely, without strings attached. True generosity lies in the act itself, not in what you get in return. Adopting this mindset will help you stay calm, no matter what happens. Giving too much attracts the wrong people. From a Stoic perspective, the energy you radiate attracts similar people. When you are positive and balanced, you draw genuine and generous individuals. But if you constantly give without limits, you might attract people who only care about taking. Imagine being someone who never says no. At first, it might seem great, but soon you'll notice that the people around you don't want to give back. They just want to take. Worse, you might attract those who exploit your kindness. Stoicism teaches us to recognize when we're overdoing it. By setting limits, you preserve your energy and attract the right kind of people. Those who value what you offer and are willing to give in return. Think of it as a two-way street. You want to surround yourself with people who respect you and what you bring to the table. Don't let your desire to help be a one-way road to exhaustion. Instead, strive for mutual respect and genuine connection, losing yourself in meeting others' needs. Stoic wisdom tells us that constantly attending to others' problems can become a way of avoiding our own inner struggles. When you're always focused on serving others, you risk losing touch with yourself. Your own voice gets drowned out by the noise of other people's demands. And when you finally have a quiet moment, all the fears and pain you've been running from come rushing back. Stoicism encourages us to care for our own needs and set boundaries. This is not just beneficial, it's essential. So, next time you feel the urge to immerse yourself in someone else's problems, pause. Face those difficult emotions head on. Stay true to what you genuinely need and want. By respecting your own boundaries, you'll be in a much better position to help others in a healthy and balanced way. The trap of constant giving. Stoic philosophy values moderation, especially when it comes to giving. Imagine steering a ship in a sea of endless demands. If you keep giving too much, too often, you risk running aground. People naturally gravitate toward what is easy. If you always take on the responsibility and solve problems, you enable others to remain in their comfort zones. They don't feel the need to step up. This dynamic takes a toll not only on them, but also on you. You end up carrying a burden that isn't yours, and it can drain your energy and emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches us to find balance, to give, but not so much that we lose ourselves in the process. When you start setting boundaries and slowing down, something interesting happens. People begin to take responsibility for their own issues. This benefits both them and you. Excessive kindness can lead to suspicion. In a world where true kindness is rare, being overly generous can ironically raise doubts. People might question your motives, wondering why you're so kind. This doesn't mean you should reduce your generosity, but it does mean you should find balance. Be kind, but also transparent. Let your actions reflect your honesty. Stoicism reminds us that our goal isn't to seek approval, but to stay true to our values. Over time, consistent and balanced kindness will break down walls of suspicion and demonstrate the sincerity of your intentions. Risk of becoming dependent on giving. Stoicism warns us about the dangers of losing balance in life, especially when it comes to giving. When you give too much, you might find yourself dealing with stress and emotional exhaustion. At this point, the risk of dependency creeps in. You might start turning to unhealthy coping mechanisms to fill the void left by constant giving. Stoicism encourages us to listen to those who care about us. If a friend or family member expresses concern, pay attention. Their feedback often comes from a place of love. Accepting such feedback is a step toward self-reflection and growth. Problems with unbalanced relationships. Imagine being the person everyone relies on in tough times, but who gets left out when it comes to celebrations and fun? This imbalance can hurt. It makes you question whether people value you for who you are or just for what you do for them. Stoicism encourages us to assess our relationships and ensure they are based on mutual respect and genuine connection. Learning to distinguish between those who appreciate you and those who merely use you is essential. Lack of reasonable boundaries with close people. Stoicism teaches us the importance of setting healthy boundaries, even with those we love. Saying no to friends and family can be hard because we fear hurting their feelings. However, true care involves recognizing our limits. If you always say yes, you may end up neglecting your own well-being. Setting boundaries with kindness but firmness is a way of showing respect for yourself and others. Underestimating personal time. One of the greatest gifts life offers us is time. Yet, in the hustle of daily life, it's easy to fall into the trap of endless obligations. We often say yes to every request, only to realize later that we have no time left for what truly matters. Stoicism values mindful use of time. Ask yourself, is this worth my time and energy? Learn to prioritize activities that bring meaning to your life. Now, if you're finding these insights helpful, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more content like this. To conclude, Stoicism teaches us that balance is key in all aspects of life, including generosity. If we give too little, we risk being seen as selfish. If we give too much, we risk burning out. The solution lies in finding that sweet spot between helping others and taking care of ourselves. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let's walk this stoic path together, full of wisdom and balance.